I'm Ashley King, joined with meteorologist Simone Thomas, and we got a lot of rain this weekend. Some severe storms came rolling through Arkansas, and we've got some more weather we need to watch,
Yeah,
right?
we started the weekend very early with that weather moving through. In fact, the National Weather Service office did confirm we got our first tornado of 2026 out of Nevada County yesterday. So the National Weather Service office in Shreveport, Louisiana is who covers Nevada County. They sent out crews this morning, and at around 9 o'clock, that's when they issued the survey on what they saw today. EF2 tornado near Willisville, maximum wind speeds estimated around 125 miles an hour with a path length of just under 3 miles, that maximum width 345 yards. Now, looking ahead for the top of the week, we have a weather impact alert in effect because we have numerous rounds of storms rolling through that could bring more severe weather concerns starting tomorrow morning. So over the next couple of days, make sure you're staying alert, have that severe plan, and we'll talk more about what you need to know for the top of the weekend, the week as a whole, in your 11-day outlook.
Simone, thank you. The naming of Iran's new supreme leader comes as President Trump says he's not ruling out sending in American ground troops. CBS's Nicole Killian has more on the developments out of Iran.
As the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran enters its second week, President Trump isn't closing the door on deploying American ground troops.
Could there be? Possibly, for very good reason. Have to be very good reason. And I would say if we ever did that, they would be so decimated that they wouldn't be able to fight at the ground level.
The White House says there are no current plans to put boots on the ground, but cautions the president is keeping his options on the table. Democrats and even some Republicans are wary.
This is already a war that is becoming an ongoing disaster. It gets worse if the president is talking about putting ground forces in.
When you start putting boots on the ground, and those boots on the ground may need reinforcement, that starts looking like a longer-term conflict.
Today, President Trump held a call with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer a day after rebuffing his offer to send aircraft carriers to the region. In an interview late Saturday, the president told CBS News it's a little bit late to be sending ships, right? A little bit late. Since the war began, the Strait of Hormuz, where about 1/5 of the world's oil typically flows, has been virtually closed to tankers, sending prices skyrocketing. On Face the Nation, Energy Secretary Chris Wright says he expects traffic to resume relatively soon.
We have a temporary period of elevated energy prices, but it will not be long. In the worst case, this is weeks, this is not months, and it leads to a much better place.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling on President Trump to immediately tap into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to help lower oil and gas prices. But the president has previously downplayed that idea, saying there's already a lot of oil out there. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Doral, Florida.
And a 7th U.S. service member has died during the Iran war, according to U.S. Central Command today. This coming after injuries received during the initial retaliatory attacks in Saudi Arabia on March 1st. The identity of the military service person will be announced after family is notified. Today, oil prices reaching above $100 a barrel, the first time since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. The rise in oil prices having a major impact on gas prices in the United States. Gas prices spiking since the U.S. conflict with Iran broke out more than a week ago. AAA says the average price for gas is now $3.45 a gallon. That's up 16% from a week ago, with some sharing their reactions to the impact.
It's catching people off guard, so, everybody got bills and stuff. Now the gas is going way back up again.
We're all going to have to get electric cars or something, but now, I don't know what's going on.
According to AAA, if you're looking to save money at the pump, it's best to get gas on Sunday. It's the cheapest day to fill up as prices rise throughout the week. An investigation is underway after an explosion outside the U.S. Embassy in Oslo. This is according to Norwegian police. No injuries are being reported. Authorities say witnesses heard a loud bang and heavy smoke following the blast. The incident happening after midnight today, adding that it was caused by a device. Investigators sharing it was a target and are searching for suspects and a motive. New details are emerging on a disturbing incident that took place during a protest in New York City. Today, police searched a vehicle with a suspicious device inside near Mayor Zohran Mamdani's home. The search connected to an incident yesterday when someone tossed an improvised explosive device at people participating in an anti-Islam protest. Police say one of the counter-protesters threw the device.
Witnesses reported seeing flames and smoke as it traveled through the air before it struck a barrier and extinguished itself a few feet from police officers.
Authorities say if it had gone off, it could have caused serious injuries or even death. The National Transportation Safety Board member responding to the D.C. mid-air crash has been fired by the White House. Todd Inman was the agency's scene spokesman for only 2 years, even though the term is for 5 years. Inman was dismissed by President Donald Trump after a fifth board member was hired. The reason for his termination remains unknown. Inman investigated the accident of the American Airlines crash into a Black Hawk helicopter, where 67 people died during the event back in January 2025. A string of house fires in North Little Rock has authorities on high alert. City fire marshals say crews responded to more than 16 fires in Rose City alone last May. And after investigating, they believe they're intentional. Captain Gary Williams says the fires are happening in empty homes, so there haven't been any injuries, but he says it's still concerning for both the firefighters and neighbors in the area.
If you've got a vacant house beside your residence and you're taking care of your property, if that house were to catch on fire, just the radiant heat from it could damage your siding, could damage the home. And also if the ground is dry like we've been having here lately, if the ground is dry, then the grass catches on fire, and grass and fire knows no boundaries. It could potentially threaten your structure as well.
Captain Williams says so far one person has been caught, but investigators are still looking for everyone involved. If you have any information, reach out to the North Little Rock Fire Department. Conagra brands are announcing the future expansion of their Fayetteville production facility. It's a part of a $220 million investment, which will create at least 100 jobs in 5 years. This will be for the increase of chicken production capacity. Construction is set to start later this year. Artifacts depicting years of Arkansas history are on display right now at the Old State House Museum. The exhibit highlights the state's position on the national stage. It comes as the nation celebrates 250 years since its founding. Curators across several agencies work together on the showcase. Organizers say the public will get a chance to relive the most pivotal moments of Arkansas history.
There's something here for everybody. There's all kinds of amazing nostalgic videos that are happening behind us. We've partnered with a bunch of other organizations to put together some incredible footage. I guarantee you'll find yourself in this exhibit.
The exhibit will be on display until mid-December. It's the Before Us, Beyond Us display, open every weekday at the Old State House Museum. A Sebastian County resident is the winner of the state's spelling bee. The title going to 11-year-old Karthik Dali. He attends East Hills Middle School. Last year, he placed 4th overall among nearly 60 other students. This event was held at the Arkansas 4-H Center right here in Little Rock. More than 85,000 students from more than 400 schools across the state participated. He will represent Arkansas at the Scripps National Spelling Bee in May.